Hey guys, it's Pheasant, and welcome back to episode 2 of my Forever World series, where I am here in my bee factory, where last episode we did a ton of progress with making 2 farms of the honey and the honeycomb, and it all turned out really great. So make sure you guys check that out if you guys haven't already. But I had a blast making this, as today I once again want to make another farm, but I did want to clean up a few things around the place first. Up here has just been great as well, of course, with all the bees just flourishing. As we come on out the door and down towards the mall area, I want to head over this way, as down here is going to be one of the entrances into my supply area, where I want to have like a truck here, barreling with honey. And as you can see, I kind of did a little bit of work here. I don't really know exactly what I want to do, but this is lining up with the honey that kind of comes across. So I got to figure that out, as I kind of want to show it being into this structure, and then I just want to make this kind of garage thing to hold all my honey in kind of a underground warehouse sort vibe, and maybe we'll store, a secret underground emerald warehouse down there as well. Starting over here, I want to get this stairway fully in place. So I want to do that along with this little arch here, and then we'll have this pathway going around and into here, and that's where the trucks can come out and in of the station. I have this, and then I have this arch here, and I just have to clean up this a little bit, as I want this coming all the way down the ground. But let's get a path in now that comes around and clean all this up. Alright, so I got a little carried away. I wanted to get a little outline of how the shape would look, and I was doing a little bit of digging of how far back it may go. But this is all the stuff I have so far. I really have to go mining for more, along with this grate system will not be able to work where it is for the honey, because of course we have, the pipes down there that are heading on up. And we're gonna have to figure that out, as we're gonna have trucks coming in and out of here and underneath the bridge. So let's go get some more tuff, because I need a lot. Alright, I'm gonna come down over here to get some tuff. Let's see if I get any luck. Oh, hello. I'll take some of you. Mining away. Alright, there's the first chunk. Chunk number 2. Well, I regret mining that one a lot. That one was a hassle in the ceiling. Oh, here's my strip mine staircase. Oh, this is the bottom of it. Let's see if we find any down here. Oh, what a beautiful little chunk in the wall. Don't mind if I do. Oh, we found diamonds. What a steal. 2? 3? Well, that's pretty much all of it. Wow, that was one of the biggest chunks, so I've definitely mined it in a minute. Oh, oh, oops. Well, that was a bad idea. Yeah, I probably should not have tried to rocket my way up the tunnel. Let's hope I can find all my stuff. But our rip to those 142 levels. Yeah, that looks to be everything. And only 7 levels left over. Let's just fill all of this in. And okay, I think this is looking good for all of the pathing. Just have to clean up this, of course, but I still just want to focus on this, as let's get this to work and get a little design going. Ho ho ho. Am I cooking, chat? Am I don't know. This is looking really good, though. I was able to use the polished andesite in here along with these copper bulbs. And for the ceiling, I just have the polished tuff. And then I'm gonna have this little staircase going up here, where we're gonna have this kind of more bigger supply room back here, and this is gonna be the main doors and just the supply doors to get in there. And maybe I'm gonna have to have some sort of like lever, system to pull it up and down, supplies of the honey going in. But we have lots of room for trucks, which is great, and all this area right here. So this is looking really good. Before we make any trucks, I think I just want to get a little bit of a storage room back there, but I'm really happy with how this is going. So let's do a little bit more digging. Well, I would say that is some good clearing out, as this is definitely my starter area of what I want to do for this warehouse. As I mean, we have a lot more than just honey to distribute, as I have plans for this bamboo farm, obviously, we're about to build, and along with the skeleton farm and everything. So there's a lot of things that we want to distribute out and just have a nice little supply area for. But as you guys can see, I definitely broke through into the surface So I'm gonna need to cover up the top, and let's see how we can pull that off. So yeah, up here. So let's just try bring everything up a level around here, and let's see how we can do that. Alright, so there's that all covered in, and I'll rebuild the path eventually. But, it's worth it, as we will be coming back to this area on another episode, as I want to really go all out and build an office and a whole warehouse that's really big and it just gives us everything we need. But now let's have a shot at building a truck, as I want one like maybe sitting right here or maybe sitting right over there. Alright, so I'm gonna set it up just about maybe here is where I'll put the front wheel, and we'll have a little area going in front, and then do that, and one, two, maybe three, and then the back wheel, and then there. And after we have the base like that, I'm gonna add these buttons on the wheels, which add a nice little detail. And then I want to use these prismarine blocks, and I mean, because it's a truck, I'm going to go up too tall here, and above the wheel I'm actually going to put a little bit, if we can face it the right way, put it like this. And then I'm going to do a little trick with the stairs, and I'm actually going to have it going like that, but then I'm going to get rid of this. So I kind of like that look. So the same thing over here, and let's bring that one up, and that up right there. And then just up top here, I'm going to add in these three, and then let's bring in some of this glass, along with just a little side mirror, which will go right here. And then back here to add a little bit of a touch of color, I'm going to do some of that, along with that to make a nice little look. And that leaves space back here for a supply area, which I'll end up having to fill with honey, but let's just say for now, I'll put it like that so I'm able to put up these trapdoors. So now all we need to do is make a little roof, but I want to do something a little special here, as I need to make a quick trip to the snow valley. I'm going to grab a little snow, as it's going to make a really cool display of just a little incline. Goodbye to the valley, and we are heading in this direction. I would be stopping here just to, grab some snow, because look at all of it. But I'm actually going to head to my friend's base, who is currently making a series on this realm as well. And he lives up in the mountains, and it's just a pretty cool deal. Oh, so here we come, heading on in to a area that I once used, where I was able to build a little cabin for the end portal. It looks like he has really been building up this place a lot. It looks incredible, as this is a portal where we can head on over, and this is where once we went on up and battled the Ender Dragon, as at least 9 of us met up in this room, and we went down into the stronghold to fight the Ender Dragon. I am excited to give this place a tour later on, as he's been really building up this town here with his first base here. But I am really excited to come back here, as I'm really loving all the progress going on, and I have big plans to build a greenhouse observatory type thing out here in the Snow Valley, and it's just a really awesome deal. But now it's time to head back to our base, where we can finish up the truck and head on to start working on our bamboo farm. And here we come, past the observatory and the hotel and the bamboo island and everything that has been created in this world so far, and it's really amazing. And I also was able to get a little bit of leaf up here, as I just wanted some nice greenery, and I think it looks nice hanging on off the side. Coming up here, we're just gonna take this snow and come across like this, and then we will go up one layer, and as you can see, even just a one layer of snow is already higher than the truck, so it makes this really cool little design. So I think we're missing something here on the front, so let me just go grab that really quick. And a one and a two, boom, boom. We gave it little high beams. I think that looks good. And let's just finish it off with a front little grill right there. And I think that looks good. I'm pretty happy with that. So I only have 8 pieces here, but we can try to fill this up. and we can stack it up a little bit more, but it looks really good. Okay, but I swear the last thing I want to do for this area before we move on to the bamboo factory is figure out a nice little walkway down, as it is pretty annoying getting all the way around and going on through to get down to here, as we should have a way for maybe the quick supply workers to get on down and get to the factory. I just want to bring in a nice, simple, tough design, and this is as far as we will go, so maybe something like that. Alright, and here we have a nice little side entrance, and it's actually mob proof, as you actually have to crouch to come down into it, so it works really well. And I just have this little design here. This just about wraps it up for the supply area, as I will be coming back to this shortly, as now it is time to focus on over here, and this is where I'm going to build this jungle themed, kind of with this cool mud roof design, bamboo farm. I know we see a bunch of bamboo in the background, but that's all going to be disappearing soon, as I have a big project for that island over there. But here I want to build this really cozy, kind of tall mansion kind of look house. It's kind of on the water, and I think it'll turn out really great. So now it's time to grab some resources and get together. Okay, well, we have just about everything we need in these two shulker boxes right here, and I will make the farm after I build it. But I know I do need a lot of brick for my foundation, so let me go grab some really quick. And sadly, I do not have a fortune shovel somehow, so I'm just gonna have to use this diamond one. Okay, well, there is pretty much, a full inventory full of clay, as I've kind of wrapped my way all the way around the river. But I want to do a quick highlight on this bridge, which is slowly getting constructed, and it's going to go all the way over to my base. And it's just going to be incredible when it's done. And, good luck to the boys as they're working hard. And there we go. Now we have all of the clay slowly going into the hoppers, and just a nice little small system here, where we are already getting quite a bit of brick, as we are going to need a lot for this building. But this does excite me, as in a later episode I was thinking somewhere around here might be a good spot for a big auto furnace, and I'll be able to smelt all of my items, and that'll be really good for all the future episodes with all the glass and everything that we need to smelt down. Quickly, before I start the foundation of the project, I actually am going to tear out all of this pathway, as I kind of want to make sure I have enough room for the whole building. Alright, that is much better. So this building is going to have a higher foundation, so I think I'm going to start like right here with 5. And I'm going to go for a 4 block space apart, so right there and right there. Then along here, I'm actually going to have a border right there, and that's going to be the first level. Ow! Ow! What are you doing? Stop! Get out! I'm just trying to build. Yeah, give me that dirt block back. Okay, wow. So after I've stripped the logs, this is looking really good, as the idea is to have a path that comes on up here and a nice staircase leading to a nice little balcony area, and I'll have a nice large door there. And then back here is where all the factory work is going to be going on, with maybe a nice little walkway and a stairs maybe going up, as this is going to be a pretty tall building. But let me finish getting this foundation in, as I have to wrap it back around this part. But I was just trying to figure out the basic look of how I want this all to go, as it is really important to stay organized in all of the project. Hi, little guy. And now we just have to get this staircase up, which I think I'm just going to have it go like this. So start at that level, and then we'll just come around behind. Alright, and just something like that looks good for now. Now would be a good time to get a pathway going, which I just want to have this little bend here. Alright, so there's that all lined up. I just need a little bit more tough, of course. But this is looking good so far, and now I want to get the flooring in for the first floor, and then we'll really get cooking. Alright, so here is the floor layout space, but I think it is time to add in some walls, as I'm going to bring up the structure and then finally bring in some of the andesite and brick. Should look pretty good, and I know I'm going to need quite a bit of glass too, so let's just see how this goes, and I'm just going to run with it. Hoo hoo hoo. This is looking good. I am liking the shape of this as I'll be able to do a lot with the roof, and you guys can see the big variation as I'll be able to do a roof here and then have an incline of a roof here and maybe a tower around this part here, as I think I could really make a cool little beacon lookout area right there. It is time to bring in the granite. I don't know why I was saying andesite, but the granite and the brick, as we have a lot in here. So we have almost 4 stacks of bricks, which is pretty incredible from just a very quick clay grind. I'm hoping to do something here with that, along with this little wall design, and you guys are going to see here really shortly. So let me test this out really quick and see if I can get something working. So with the wall, I'm able to make this little indent and it looks amazing from a distance, from a close. And I think this is what I'm gonna go for the whole design, as I'm gonna have a lot of windows in this place. So this is just a few for now. And so let's get this in for the entire floor and see what we can do. And an important little detail I want to point out really quick is that for the second floor, I am not going to bring in that granite block along the bottom, as that is the true base, but coming up we'll kind of thin it out and it should look really good. Well, taking a look from up here, I am really liking how it is looking. As when we walk on up, we got all of these windows to make, and it looks really good. I'm gonna add in a nice green tint, but we have this staircase here, and I really like these fence staircases. I hope everyone, if you guys are able to learn at least one thing today, learn this, because this is an awesome way to make a staircase. As with the fences, you're just able to swiftly walk on up. And up here, I'm gonna have a nice little area here, along with this big wide area that kind of wraps around the middle, and down there is going to be where the bamboo farm is going to be, but all of this space is going to be for storage and just little decorations and such. But when we head on up to the third floor, I'm going to add in another little space. I just don't know exactly how big I can make it with the roof, but we're going to have this little space here that leads on out to this little beacon of light, kind of like a lighthouse, but it's kind of this weird little corner of the building. So I think it's going to look really good in the end when I put on a roof, kind of making it look like a tower. But I am loving how this is going, and so the next step is to figure out what I'm going to build the roof out of. So we are going to use this dark oak stripped log here, which I think is going to add this really sturdy, strong top of the roof, along with this dark oak slab and stairs, and I think altogether it will make a really nice outline for the roof. Okay, so I really like this look here, and this is what I'm going to repeat for the other parts of the building, as they're going to differentiate a little bit, but it's looking really awesome. And the inner part is going to be this mixture of mud and soul sand, which makes this really cool texture. Alright, well, here is my design right here on this part of the roof, and it turned out really good and I am liking it. And I also was able to get a little bit of the shape for this part, as it is going to be a very interesting, but I need more mud, soul sand, and the soul soil, so I think we're going to have to stop and go get some. But I was also able to add a little window here, and I think it looks really good, and I love this kind of Viking style roof, and I'm just excited to figure out everything now that I have the borders lined up. And we are going to have to travel quite a distance to get to the mangrove swamp, so I'm going to hop in the portal to our nether hub. And this here is my nether hub, which of course is everyone's, but I was able to build it and it looks good. I am I am definitely not done with it, but this is one of the main portals, which I hope to really design, as all of them really need to get a good decoration, and I think it's a good future project to get all of these tunnels figured out and sorted, as it is really important. But over here we have the desert and mob grinder, and over here I think is the one we're gonna need, as it has pretty much everything: the end portal, the pale garden, the jungle, and we're gonna head to the mangrove for some good mud. Well, this definitely is not the mangrove. I'm gonna have to do some looking around. Okay, well, let's check out my guardian farm, as I know there are some warmer biomes by it, so it's gotta be a good shot. And it's not exactly beautiful here, but it will be soon, as Hoodis53 has some good plans for this place. There's definitely some lag, but we just have a nice trident killer here that can kill these bad boys. But I think I see some over there. I think I'm just gonna sleep really quick, and then let me see what I can find. Maybe that's a dark oak. I really can't see. And I really thought we had a mangrove portal going to a mangrove. We definitely did. I don't know where it went, but I guess I am searching now for a mangrove. I probably should have slept first. Oh wow, here we are by our jungle portal already, and I think we have to keep on going this way. Oh my gosh. What did I say? Where is this portal? Where is this? Like, this is I've been here. Well, let me get some mud here, and then finally we can move on to the nether to get a little bit more soul sand and soul soil, and we'll all be good for the roof. What the heck? And that should be more than enough. I was also able to grab some sand as well, as I'm gonna need some for glass. I'm always out, but I'm excited to see where this portal takes me, as it definitely will get me back home quicker. Oh my gosh. So it's the same one as the Nether Fortress, because that's the Nether Fortress right there, where we could set up like a blaze farm later on, which I'm really interested in doing actually. But next episode, we are probably heading over to the Snow Valley, and we are going to build this awesome greenhouse. I just have to figure out exactly how I want to build it. So we definitely need to bring all this mud back before we go down to the Nether. But why don't we go over to Gavin's Hotel, where this is where Fungus Monkey has been working hard. But he has his portal right here in his base, and you can come on out and you can see this is the inside of the top of the dome, where we can have a great view of the mall and everything we've been building so far. I really like his setup here, and he has all these flags, which is awesome. Chill little spot, and his little potion area and stuff. And if we look over here, we can see another way down to the ice metro, which I will show you guys eventually. I do really like the simple but awesome design of this place, along with, of course, the Liverpool up top. It's just a nice little living space, and there's a way to get on up, but of course we have a nice elevator system. Then here we have all the floors, and you can leave a little review, so it's really cool, and you can just see who's all in what rooms. And just giving a little look, they were all color coded, so here's the blue room, but then there was like the yellow room here, which had a little yellow bed. And up on the next floor we have like the pink room, looking nice, or the purple room, which was inhabited. Oh, these ones even have a little storage closet. That's kind of cool. I believe the rooms are getting a little bigger as well. This is the cyan room. Oh, what a closet space. Wow, this probably does not go for cheap. My apologies for getting a little distracted, but I mean, there is a lot to see on this world, and it is awesome just to come looking around every once in a while. Ooh, let's fly in. Yeah, that's nice. Alright, let's just get all this mud away and get the sand smelted down into glass. And let's go to the nether. I'm going to head down this ladder here, as a long time ago, this was all this nether hub really was, so it has kind of expanded quite a lot. As this is where the beginning portal once laid. Oh, you better have that money on as well. Shoot, I do not. I hope I'll be alright. Yeah, I'm strapped. Oh, oh, oh. Alright, we're gonna keep on going down, I think. Oh god. This place has really been destroyed. Let's fly around a little bit. I have not done this, like, ever, so it's kind of terrifying me, but I know there's a Soul Sand Valley really close nearby. There is a lot of crimson, though. Oh, here's the basalt. Oh my god, those magma cubes almost hit me. Yo, I'm flying like you, bitch. Oh no. Oh. This might be just what I'm looking for. Let's hope I don't get lost on my way back. Love all the new sound effects they've added, along with, I gotta check out the cold pig. I forgot. They just added that as they're checking out the new variants. I'm really excited about all of that. Screw you, skeleton. Yeah, see ya. I'm not trying to cause any harm. Please stop hitting me. Please stop hitting me. Please. Alright, I'm out of here, bro. That got a little too crazy. Oh god, let's not get too close to the lava. Hey. Oh no. We're gonna have to run up this ladder. Oh god. Alright, and we have made it back safe to the house project where we have enough soul sand and soul soil, along with all the mud that we're gonna need, and for a few future projects, hopefully. So I think it's time to finally start working on this roof and maybe the tower as well, and then finish out the lower parts over there where I want to put a bunch of bamboo on the roof, as it would be really cool. So let me just finish this up real quick, and I'll be right back with you guys. I think we really have something going on here with all the bamboo growing on top of the mud and just this overall design I really like, along with this tower here, which we have. And it's kind of hard to get a good idea of the whole look. And there is a lot more I want to do there with getting the green windows in, and it'll really add a nice touch along with the bottom area here. So there's a lot of little cleanup things to do. I'm just showing you guys the whole process of how to build this and just how to go about building anything in Minecraft. Now we're going to collect some green dye to make some green windows, and then we're going to be able to get started on the interior. Alright, and I'm back with the finished windows here, and I was able to get a bunch of other little details done along the way with the end rods, along with the bottom structure right here. And just doing a little circle around, you can see what I was working on up there at the tower, but I was just able to make sure all of these are looking decent enough. Walking on up, I really like this like glass fence kind of look, and you're able to look out. It's a really cool way to make kind of like a front patio. But we have this really nice large factory door, but we have a lot of space in here, of course, for the factory. I'll take you guys up the stairs here, where I was able to do like these wall dividers, and it comes on out here to this area, and I was able to have a nice little storage room in here, which we're gonna have to design, along with this nice copper grate around here. Maybe we'll do a nice little workstation over here. And I really like how I worked around the roof, because there was a lot of mud peeking through, and I covered it up, and it still gives a lot of space. And then finally on the third floor, I'll have this area for possibly a room for the factory owner, as every factory needs an owner. And then out this little doorway, we have this large thing here, which was kind of my plan from the beginning. I don't know, I kind of want to call it like a beacon. It's kind of like a lighthouse sort deal, just kind of blasting out into the environment. But I really like how this part came out in particular. And you guys may also notice that I have string over quite a few of these bamboo, because I really don't want them to grow that tall. But back to this bottom floor, I think it is time to finally figure out how to build this factory. And I'll bring you guys along for a little bit of it, but I think you guys have seen a lot of building today, so I'm going to try to speed this up. But I really want a farm that will produce all the bamboo that I will need right here without having any hassle of breaking it all down in the forest. Alright, well that was a ton of work, but I was able to build this 6 wide bamboo farm which runs off of bonemeal, and it works really well, as I gave it a really quick test run. But I gave a little design here and there around the place, just wanted to get lighting in, but I'm about to do a heavy decoration. But back here is where I put in the bonemeal, as I put in a bunch already to make sure it's always up and running. But if we just flick this lever here, you can see, yeah, and it's pretty fast, and all the space here is really good just to make sure it catches absolutely everything. I really like how the design came out, and I decided to go with clear windows here just to give a little bit of a difference. I bet there's quite a few tutorials online, but the circuitry here is not too difficult, as all you really need is dispensers, the pistons, and then a whole bunch of droppers along with these redstone comparators and repeaters. But you can kind of see something went on outside this wall, because I was a little too close to the wall and I was a little too stubborn. We come on over to the island. I added a little bit of copper work back here, kind of just showing that the things are moving about in this kind of factory. And I'm just going to let that be and sit there. It really is just to cover up the redstone that would have been peeking out. But I really like how this turned out, as I still have a bunch of space to work with, as that's what we're going to get to now with the interior, as I have a bunch of ideas of a bedroom, an office space, a storage space, a place where they're just looking at the bamboo and studying it, and it's just all about. But let's get to some interior builds, as I've been really excited for this. Alright guys, and just like that, I am back with the interior all finished, and I'm really excited to show you, as there's quite a bit of lore with this factory, as once the automation started with the bamboo, the factory workers could really just sit back and relax. So I wanted to make sure they had a few areas to sit and watch TV and just relax. So right on upstairs here, we actually have a movie theater with a nice little Netflix cover, and they just have a nice area to sit, 2 rows, and it's just a nice little area. And then we'll come down the stairs to this area, which will have some storage, and they're also doing some research on the bamboo, which I think looks awesome. And I also have some storage area back here, just showing off the bamboo types, kind of showing them getting older. And we have another TV here, which is sweet, along with, you can see a little peek into the farm. We also have another little research area over here, along with a nice little good lookout. And of course, we have a little bamboo growing over here, giving us this great view, which I love to fly in and out of. Finally, when we go downstairs, we have a little book reading corner. And then here is the farm, which we have a nice rugs all around, along with more research stations coming around the farm. And of course, back here is the work personnel only space, just where I put in all of my bone meal. But the farm does work really well, as I used it for like 5 minutes and I got all of this bamboo. But this brings us back around to the front, which I just had a nice little seating area, and of course this nice wide door. And I wanted to add in a tree out front, and I'm just really happy with how all of this turned out, as I made sure to get some leaves down below. And I think from all sides it really looks quite well. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching today, as it has been a blast making this bamboo factory, as it's really cool and unique, and it's always good just to have a great way to have your farm set up in your world. We also built this killer truck and storage facility, which we'll get back to on a later episode, and drop some ideas down below of what you guys want to see, as I really appreciate it. And don't forget to subscribe if you guys have been watching up to this point, as I would really appreciate it. But it's been Pheasant, and I'll see you guys next time.